guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me, and it's going to be a version where it's fast, it's cheap, drugstore products only, and it's going to be, you know, minimal makeup as well. So it's to get ready really fast. If you have got 10 minutes in the morning to make yourself look a little bit presentable, then this is the video for you. So let's just get straight into it. He's feeling a little bit dehydrated. I went swimming this morning, so I am going to pop on a little bit of the Avene thermal spring water. So this is just basically special water. But it feels so nice. So I'm just going to let that sink in. Yes. So the first thing that I'm going to use is a primer. And I'm using a very lightweight foundation. So I don't, or not even a foundation, it's a BB cream. But I don't want my skin to eat up the product, okay? So I'm going to use the NYX Shine Killer. I find this works really, really well on me, and it's summer here in Australia, so I get very shiny through that T-zone area, and this has been amazing at helping keep all of that at bay. I only use quite a small amount of it, not even the size of a pea, like a baby pea, and I really just concentrate it just in that T-zone area, and anything left over I spread out onto the rest of my face. So I have got a little bit of sort of veininess and stuff in my eye, on top of my eyes, and I like to get rid of that. So I can use like a primer for my eyes that's tinted, but something that's just as easy to use that you're going to be using on your face anyway is your concealer. So I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me, which is a nice sort of lightweight formula. You will have to set it, which you'll see I'll do because it will crease, and I'm using the colour 10 Light. I'm popping a little bit on each eyelid and just blend it out with your fingers. So to cover up my face, or not really cover it up, but just give it a little bit of, you know, evening out the skin tone, I'm going to go in with my designer brands. What is this? BB Beauty Balm. This is in medium dark. So that's how much I've got on the back of my hand. It is quite a thicker BB cream. So what I found works really well when I use a BB cream is to actually like rub it in like a moisturizer. And I go in sections, so, you know, doing my cheek and partially my nose. So once you sort of rubbed it in, then I try and sort of pat the product on as well. Because it's really nice and liquidy, or not, sort of like the feel of a moisturizer, you can bring it down the neck. Well, of course you want to bring it down the neck. Just make sure that when you're cleansing your face at night time that you do your whole neck as well. And just do my forehead. And then I usually have a little bit left over, and I just pat it together on my hands and just press it into my skin. Now this does give quite a luminous, dewy look. So if you have got like super duper oily skin, I've probably got slightly oily skin, you probably find that this won't work very well, or you'll need to counteract it by using like a extremely good primer for oily skin, and definitely setting your face with pressed powder. I'm just going to use a touch of concealer just under my eyes and around my nose as well. Not too much. I want this to be quick and easy, guys. So then I just, using my fingers, just pat the product in. I usually got a bit of excess, so I go over the rest of my face. Now I want to wash my hands, but I'm being lazy, I can't be bothered getting up. So we want to set all of this now so that it sort of doesn't crease and it lasts. So I'm going to go in with my Rimmel Lasting Finish. This is a powder foundation, so it gives a little bit of extra coverage. And I also find that it works really well at setting my skin. I've got an itchy eyebrow. Using the colour Silky Beige? Yes, Silky Beige. And I'm going to use a Real Techniques multitasking brush. You'll know, if you've watched my channel, you know that I love the Real Techniques brushes. So rather than swiping the powder on, I'm pressing it into the skin. So I put a fair amount onto my brush, but I tap off the excess. So you want to set, especially through that T-zone area, really well. I find with my neck I can just sort of do a dust because, you know, I'm not really setting my neck as such, just setting slightly. So then you also want to set the concealer you put on your eye. My brain is just not thinking working. I was going to say eyebrows. Your eyelids. So just close your eyes and I just sort of pinch my brush a bit. And then just set that area. Really just check my face just to make sure that there's no sort of damp areas and everything's all nice and set. And that's just giving me nice coverage, nothing too over the top, just evens out my skin tone. Right, I have got a flat face now. I want to add a little bit of dimension back into it. So I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. bronzer palette. And I'm probably going to use this sort of colour here. So it's slightly satiny and a bit cool toned. And I'm going to use a Sigma, what is this, a small duo fibre brush. I love using these kind of brushes for bronzer because it doesn't pick up too much product and you can really sort of swirl it onto the face. So once again, putting a fair bit onto the brush, tap off the excess. And I'm just going to apply it like a blush, I guess. And then just sort of come along the jawline. And then just around sort of the temples area. And then whatever's left on the brush, I just sort of dust over my nose. Just gives you that nice sort of sun-kissed look. So I might go in and do my brows now. So I did just tint my brows this morning. So I probably don't need to put much product through them as such, but I'm just going to run a bit of the Maybelline Brow Satin in medium brown, just a little bit of the pencil, just because I've gotten a little bit of powder sort of through the brows. We don't want Instagram brows today because we're going for something really nice and natural, and I'm barely touching this to my brows. And then I just go in with my disposable mascara spoolie and just brush through the product. I think it helps a bit more that I've got my brows tattooed as well, so I don't need to put on as much product as I used to have to do. Brows take me 5 minutes maximum, both of them, if that, rather than 15 minutes. And I'm just going to run through a little bit of brow mascara. So this is the medium brown brow drama from Maybelline with that weird looking ball on the top, just to set them in place. Throw in some mascara. I'm using the Chi Chi 3D Magic Lash. I don't want to do too dramatic of lashes today. I just want to run through them. Also have my lashes tinted as well, so didn't need to apply as much. I also like to add a little bit of illuminator, highlighter, whatever you want to call it, onto the sort of tops of my cheekbones to give myself natural glow. And I've been loving the e.l.f. Illuminating Palette. So it's got a few different colours in it. Very similar to the Hourglass one. And I'm going to pick up this one here. It's sort of a bit champagne-y coloured. And using a Real Techniques setting brush. And just do a nice little dust sort of up around the brow and cheekbone. So it just gives you that nice lit from within glow without looking like you've applied heaps of highlighter. So I just add a little bit on the tip of my nose and my Cupid's bow. Now I've got a little bit of extra time, and lately what I've been doing is adding a little bit of the Australis Mettalix eyeshadow in Guns and Rose Petals. This is a really beautiful sort of rose gold kind of colour. So I just pop my ring finger in there and I pat a little bit just over the mobile lid. Now these can be a little bit tricky to work with. They can get a little bit chunky, but I find that the best thing is to just keep working at it, working with the product. So it just adds a little bit of extra. And then just to sort of help everything sort of take out any powdery look and set everything down, I'm just going to go in with my Maybelline Master Fix. So nice. Of course you can go in with whatever lip colour you want to do. It's almost Christmas, so I thought I'd go in with sort of a berry tone. So this is the Too Faced Melted Liquefied Lipstick in Melted Berry. So it's not so intense. I'm basically going to, eventually when the product comes out, just take a little bit on my finger. And I'm going to use it like a stain. You would be surprised how nice a line you can get, or a bit of a diffused line, I guess you call it, when you use your finger. So once I've applied it, I basically just go in and take off any excess that can go everywhere else, and we're all done. And all you have to do is your hair, and that's totally up to you what you want to do. So something quick, easy, gives a nice effect, natural, yeah, easy for work, for whatever you want. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe, and also click on that little bell as well that's next to the subscribe button, and that way you'll be notified about every video that I put up. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.